I'm like, wow, are we the only ones that are getting the short end of the stick? Like everyone else is being taken care of. Everyone else is looking out for
Well,
their
now
citizenship.
hold on. You ask the evangelical, the Jews are God's chosen people. And Pastor Locke told me you have to serve them.
That's a whole other story. I don't want to get into
I
that.
know. It's just like, oh my God.
Yeah, but
But
I
no, but you're
appreciate
right.
you,
You're
you
right.
taking the call.
Yeah, thank you for the call, Marcos. I mean, look, Israel's the hottest topic right now, but and they've benefited the most from U.S. foreign aid and everything else. But they're not the only country. I mean, you look at Ukraine. I mean, look at all these foreign countries, folks. We've spent hundreds of billions of dollars all over the world. I mean, just look at Central America. We have been spending billions of dollars in Central America to help them fight communism and rebuild infrastructure so their people aren't starving and all this other stuff. And then what happens? 30% in my life, 30% of Central America has migrated to the United States of America. So not only am I sending my money to Central America to try to save their hellholes, they're sending their poor, they're hungry, and they're sick into my country, and I have to take care of them too. So the whole world is stealing our money, and it's all because our politicians have sold us out, to put it simply. Next caller, what's your name? Where are you from?
Kendall. I'm from South Carolina.
All right, Ken, go ahead. Yep, go ahead.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Go ahead. I thought I'm like kind of waiting on. What do you tell me what I want to talk about, or like what?
Next caller, what's your name? Where you from?
Jeremy, Indiana.
All right, Jeremy, go ahead.
Hey, Owen. So we could go all sorts, or go down all sorts of rabbit holes about Israel and all that. I mean, if you look at it, World War II, I mean, they were welcome into Palestine, and then they started slaughtering them. And every conflict that we've been involved in the Middle East, they've drug us in. So that's kind of obvious. But if we want to worry about U.S. first, what about all these so-called natural disasters that are happening here recently throughout our country when they're doing all sorts of cloud seeding and things like that? Why don't we worry about that shit?
It's a great question. It's because there is no America first. That's why. There is no America first. At least there's no America first that has enough power, influence, and leverage to actually redirect our care, concern, and attention inward to our failing and falling apart country.
I mean, look at Texas. I mean, there was reports of seeding flights on July 2nd, right over the area that just got flooded the shit out of.
Yep.
Same thing with Carolina, Hawaii. There were so many places that were so hit and miss, just burnt to a crisp or not touched at all. That kind of sounds like a direct energy weapon. Just saying, but people don't talk about that shit.
Yep. And yet again, as these Americans will suffer to get aid, Ukraine will get as much as they want. Just announced today. Oh, yeah, more for Ukraine. So Americans are suffering, more for Ukraine. And you can't even get anything. You have to sit here and get held hostage over a big, beautiful bill. But then, Ukraine needs money? Done.
A big, beautiful bill that they slid in fuck tons of little changes to last second, the day it was being passed. That is not anything that any of us was hoping it was going to be.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if these tax cuts are even going to be everything they're built up to be too.
I don't think I think it's all fucking fireworks show, man, to be honest with you. Right now, it's all just a big media production. I think it's bullshit, and I'm like you. I've backed Trump from the start, but goddamn, dude, I'm really starting to have questions. Either he's being held hostage or he pulled the fucking big wool over our eyes.
Well, you're not alone in that boat.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I'm a first-time caller. I love your stuff, though. So I thank you, man. I just wanted to get that out there. That look at all the shit that is happening.
This loophole is crazy.
Our country with weather, and people just ignore it, or people are like, "Oh yeah, that doesn't exist." Fucking cloud seeding's existed since the 1940s.
Yeah, and by the way, on that note, and I appreciate the call because we're not. Look, I'm not a negative person. I'm really not. I'm actually a very positive person. I love life. I enjoy life. And I'm not a black pillar either. I'm a realist, though. I'm a realist, and I do political play-by-play. That's what I do. So it's just like if I'm calling a game and the home team is losing, I'm going to say, yeah, the home team is losing. I'm not going to sit here when the home team is down 10 points and say the home team is winning. So no, well, the home team is losing. But, here's a silver lining to all of it. This is just going to spur the awakening, and this is just going to spur the intensity of what could be. Call it America first, call it America only, however you want to dice it, call it the America Party. It's only going to spur that and energize that in ways that we couldn't even imagine. Now, whether that equates to political victories or not in the future, that's still too early to say. But, I mean, just look at the cloud seeding issue. My family used to think I was nuts, okay? They used to think I was insane when I used to tell them about cloud seeding. Now, they send me videos and stories and pictures of the cloud seeding. So aside from the political play-by-play that we're dealing with here, if I just look at my journey through the awakening, and let's say it started 15 years ago, it's probably like 13 years ago, I'd say, when I shifted into politics from sports. And I just look at the awakening that's happened in my 13 years, which is just a tiny little blink of an eye overall. It gives me hope. It gives me hope. But it's just a matter of what are we going to have left? What is America going to have left if it takes another 2 election cycles to really change this country's destiny and take it back? What are we even going to have left? That's the big question. And at $40 trillion in debt and going up, I don't know. But, I mean, the money's fake, so who even knows? All right, next caller. How long have we been on here? About an hour and a half. We'll keep going for at least another 30 minutes. Next caller, what's your name? Where are you from?
Hey, Owen, this is Stacy from the disgraced California. It's good to talk to you.
Hi, Stacy.
Hey, just like the whole theme should just be right now. I'm so tired of Congress and them seemingly to do nothing. I've watched a couple of things on C-SPAN where it's just a bunch of gotchas or bringing up stuff that has no relevance to the committee that they're on. That's just been super frustrating. I think Carolyn Levitt coming out not wearing her cross is very telling to her coming out and lying. I think she knew she had to lie, so I think you bringing that up kind of opened my eyes on that. And I'm wondering if this is just kind of a stall with the whole Epstein thing, and if he was a CIA agent or if he is doing something for Netanyahu, if maybe they're waiting to charge somebody else. And that's the hope, at least, because I don't want to lose faith in Trump. There is stuff that he's doing, like the whole perfume, the cologne line, the phone thing. It's kind of
it's very distasteful in my eyes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like wait till you're out of office before you start peddling sense and all the other Trump brand stuff. But he has been doing it forever, so I mean, I guess I get it.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier on your show how he gets real flustered with this whole Elon thing, and I think you're hitting the nail on the head. Elon seems to really get under his skin. I wish I knew what that was all about.
Nobody's gotten under his skin like Elon. Elon is the only person that's thrown Trump off.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I just wanted to call, first-time caller, long-time listener, and I really appreciate you staying in the fight and everything that you do, and for going to war for us every day. And you make me laugh every day, so I really appreciate that.
Well, that's great. I'm glad I can make you laugh, Maybe, we listen to some good music here. We have some fun. We have a laugh. We have serious talk. We try to do it all. We're multi-dimensional and extra universal here. Or are we multi-universal and extra dimensional? Either way. Probably both. Thank you for the call. Next caller, what's your name, where you're from?
Hey, Owen, it's Cynthia in Hollywood, Florida. How are you?
Hi, Cynthia. Hi.
It's funny. I kind of had my fit about all of this last night when everything came out. And today I guess I'm kind of just numb from it all. But my point of view is we don't really have time to rage about this. We really need to think about the next move ahead. I mean, you always like to talk about ball games. If you're in the middle of a ball game and something unexpected happens to one of the players in the other team, or even on your own team, and you have to, renegotiate, figure things out. You're knocked off your feet. You've got to get up and think your way through it. I feel like that's where we are now. And while, yeah, it's nice to get, to blow off steam and blame Trump, blame Elon, blame Pam Bondi. It doesn't really, it's not going to move us forward. And I feel like,
well, you just named every player on the team. So it's like, what are we going to, every player on the team is down with an injury. What are we going to do?
No, but I mean, maybe it's because I wasn't expecting as much as everyone else was. And the reason for that is for the last 4 years, pretty much every preconceived notion I have had has been blown out of the water. I mean, I always had inklings about things, but once the pandemic hit and I started really learning the truth about things, I mean, everything. You want to talk about assassinations, you want to talk about Israel, you want to talk about viruses. It's crazy. And as a result, I don't have any trust anymore. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I trust InfoWars. You're pretty much all that I'm watching right now is the info. I've pretty much dropped everyone else because I get more meat and potatoes, like real news. I used to watch Steven Crowder and he made me laugh. I used to watch Dan Bongino. I believed in him, my brother from Queens. I don't know what the hell happened to him. I mean, he's a ghost of himself. But still in all, we have to figure out where to go from here. And people that are saying, kick Trump to the curb. He's done. We're done with him. Well, no, we're not. We still have 3 years with him. And we still have a year before the midterms. And now is not the time to give up. Now is the time to try and figure out, well, can we see what the play is here? Can we see where they're heading with this? Is there a way that we can quietly make our position known?
Here's let me try to communicate this. It's like what happens in this phase? And we've kind of been through it before.
Hi, I'm Kelly, a 45-year-old mom who...
But never like this. What happens in this phase where MAGA morale is at an all-time low and much of Trump's base, as you described it, is really ready to throw him overboard? Where I look at it as trying to correct course or trying to do like a shock motivational speech. Like what's the movie? Some guy, it's like a baseball movie, I think. Some guy comes to the mound, the pitcher's like all out of whack, and the guy comes to the mound, he's like screaming at him, he's like, "Get your fucking head right, what the fuck?" And then the pitcher's like, "Whoa, whoa," and he like, "Whoa," and then he like strikes the guy out. So it's like, do we shock MAGA back onto the right course? It's like, do we shock Trump back onto the right course? Or does Trump get resentful? Does Trump get resentful, and does Trump think, oh, these people are going to throw me overboard? Well, screw them. I'll throw them overboard. Well, we already feel like we've been thrown overboard. So then does it become this new game where it's like Trump is trying to like hurt MAGA? I don't know. Because I see what's been done with Elon, and I'm just like, not a good look, not a good vibe, not a good aura. So it's like, what happens now? What happens now that MAGA is losing morale? What happens now that Trump is being criticized on the right more than ever before? Does he get resentful? Does he get cold? Or does he like shock back into 2016 Trump and it's like, whoa, okay, wait, oh, all right, I got to get back on path here. So it's like, what is going to be the net effect of all of this happening? Is it going to be positive? Is it going to be negative? That's kind of my big worry about it. It's like trying to like, how do you decommission an atom bomb without it blowing you up? Next caller, what's your name, where you're from?
Owen?
Yes.
Hi, I'm a fan. I'm just really bummed out about Trump and where he's going right now, and I don't know where to turn, and I'm wondering if you think that the Elon party is the party that we should be gearing towards, which I don't feel that, but what do you think about that? I respect your opinion.
Well, it's too early to say. You know, we're stuck with this. We're stuck with this administration as it is for at least the near future. We'll see if people start getting fired or leaving, and then maybe there's some new adjustments or things we can analyze with that. But as far as we know right now, this is the administration. It's staying this way. Trump isn't going anywhere, and that's fine. I still think Trump's a better option than anybody else for president right now. But you talk about the America Party with Elon Musk. Normally, a third party is a bad idea and totally ineffectual. I think the recent developments with MAGA morale going down and just the power and influence of Elon Musk, I think now a third party could become significant. It could actually be more viable than ever. I think it's too early to say, though, right now. I think the best thing to look forward to is in the midterms, new faces and young people getting involved. I'd say for the near future, it's getting younger people involved. If you want to put an age on it, I'd say 40 and under. The more people 40 and under we get, the better, I believe. I think that's where that's where things are going. We have to have a new young leadership. We have to have new ideas, new blood in there. We have to totally upend this table of the geriatrics and the boomers and everybody that's run our country into the ground. Everybody agrees that's the case. I'm not attacking boomers. It's just the truth. I don't think anybody denies it at this point. And so I think that's where we look first, is to say, okay, what kind of new leadership, what kind of young leadership, what kind of new ideas, new communicators can we get in there and maybe start to get a serious change in Washington, D.C.? Because at this point, hey, look, we'll see. Trump is in charge of his own legacy. But I think most people have determined that we're not going to get serious change. We're not going to get serious institutional change. We're not going to get draining the swamp and all of this other stuff. I think most people have kind of given up hope on that. Trump can still do some great things, and I hope he does. But I don't think we're getting this generational change. I don't think we're getting this institutional change, all this change that we wanted. I don't think we're getting that. So now you say, okay, what can we get from younger generations? What can we get from new conservatives? I mean, again, I wouldn't vote for any young Democrats either, but it's like, okay, well, what can we get from them? What are they going to bring to the table? You're already seeing a little bit of that. They're going full communist. I don't support communists. I never would vote for a communist, but it's like, at least they see the same problems that we see. At least they see that we spend $1 trillion a war on foreign aid, but people will go into debt and get buried from a medical bill. Like, that's just not right. So, I think we see the same issues. We just have a different path of getting there. So I would say in the near future, it's just looking for younger leadership. And then, once we get closer to the presidential election cycle, then you can kind of analyze whether or not the America Party is going to be a thing or viable or not. But Musk has a lot of political capital in his hand. He obviously has a lot of money in his wallet. So, it could seriously shake some things up.
What about Pam Bondi? Do you think she's going to go?
She's just a disaster. I don't know. The
true.
fact that she hasn't been fired yet is, I mean, I
Doing
guess.
a great job, Pam. Doing a great job.
Yeah, oh, she's great. Oh, we love Pam. Look at her right there on Fox News again. 500th time on Fox News. No deep state arrests, but another Fox News interview. Thank you so much, Pam. You look great. Wow, what a job.
You got it
So
trimmed.
yeah, so I don't know. I don't get that. I don't think Trump wants to fire anybody yet because I think it's a bad look.
Yep.
So he may just ask somebody to resign or a couple people to resign eventually. But I don't see how the administration that is stays. I just don't see it. It's way too unpopular. People are losing faith fast. Approval ratings are dropping fast. And so I just don't see how I don't see how everybody remains for the entire administration. I doubt that.
I agree, Owen. All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Hey, but let me just say this though before you go. All right? Don't let politics ruin your life. All right? Enjoy
Right.
life. Life is beautiful. God is good. We live in a beautiful country. There's so much greatness out there. Don't let politics ruin your life. And if it gets to that point, then you know what? Just step away. Just go to the lake, go to the ocean, go on a mountain, go hang out with your family, friends, whatever, grandkids, whoever it is you got in life. Enjoy life. If politics is ever bringing you down, and by the way, this is hurting myself because I want people to tune into my show every day, right? I want my ratings to be high. Okay. But if it's costing you your livelihood, if it's costing you your life, if it's costing you joy and happiness, then maybe it's time to just say, hey, this is getting toxic and poisonous for me. Take a play off. Take a couple plays off. We'll still be here for you on the other side. All right.
I agree. I'm Dr. Marinaro on X, so I'm a fan. So
Appreciate
keep doing
that.
what you're doing, Owen.
Thank
we
you.
love you.
I'll always be here for you. Promise you that. You want to take some days off and just step away from the news? Wouldn't blame you. I'll be here when you come back. All right, next caller. What's your name? Where you from?
Hey there, Owen. It's Willie, California. Everyone in the cabinet had to pledge some form of allegiance, I understand, to Israel before they could even get in. And I don't think the only foreign operative in the administration was Mike Waltz. At a recent AIPAC convention, the chairman stated that they were actually several that they were very proud of that they had groomed, including Radcliffe and Rubio, etc. But more questions surrounding Susie Wiles and her staff, reportedly responsible for excluding DNI Tulsi and her deputy Joe Kent from the meetings. And by the way, Cash, we actually caught him lying to Congress about Stu Peters. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah, Cash was grilled by, one of the Democrats, I forget, and he kept denying that he even knew Stu Peters. And I saw him on Stu Peters like 3 or 4 times.
He was on Stu Peters' show?
Yes.
No, I wasn't aware of that.
Huh.
I don't know. Maybe I was, but I can't recall it right now.
Yeah. Well, and Susie Wiles, I didn't realize this, that it came out the other day. I'm not positive it's true. I should double check it, but I was told that she worked for Bibi briefly back in 2020 with a campaign until they couldn't afford her anymore.
I'm not familiar with that either. I mean, look, I'd have to go look at it all for myself. I've been on people's shows. I've been on so many shows. I've done so many interviews. It's very, I mean, there's people I've forgotten about. There's interviews I've forgotten about. So, I mean, I don't know. I might give Patel the benefit of the doubt on that. I don't know if you could really forget going on Stu Peters' show. But again, I just don't have that knowledge available to really comment on that.
Yeah. Well, I saw him on it. I happened to be watching back in those days. I did watch his show, and I saw Cash. I saw the clips also.
Well, I think there's definitely turmoil. I think there's definitely turmoil inside of the administration. I think there has been since day one, quite frankly, since the Signalgate fallout, since the leaks, since the Tulsi Gabbard getting kind of stiff-armed out. So yeah, I think there's definitely turmoil inside of this administration. I don't think everybody's on the same page.
I think you're right. Anyway, I enjoyed your show this afternoon and tonight, by the way. We love your show.
Thank you. Appreciate that. All you got to do is be America first and be consistent. That's it. That's all you got to do. It's like it's so hard to ask. Crazy. Next caller, what's your name? Where you from?
Bill Trippy from a classified location.
Did you say Dominic Michael Trippy?
From a classified location, yes, indeed, I did.
Surging on X right now?
Let me just tell you something. The last caller, did they say something about Kash Patel appearing on Stu Peters?
That's what the last caller said.
Well, I can confirm that he didn't just appear 1, 2, or 3 times. He appeared 8 total times.
When was that? When were these appearances?
In between, I believe, 2001 and 2023 or 4.
2001?
Yes, excuse me, 2021. I apologize.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think
'cause mind
probably.
you,
I'd say multiple interviews, you probably know it. If it was like a one-time deal, then maybe I could forget that. I could understand that. I do a bunch of interviews. I don't remember everybody. But
it
okay.
Was eight appearances, and they were on a first-name basis. He asked
What,
if you just want to watch.
What did they talk about?
They talked about all, at this point in sort of the conservative, where the narrative was at the time, they spoke a lot about just government corruption, election. I don't think they ever spoke about Epstein in detail, but they certainly spoke about the same exact things regarding government corruption. So, but yeah, they were on 8 times together, and I mean, very clearly Cash knew who he was. But my main question, Owen, was just, look, I think that for all intents and purposes, the MAGA movement is essentially considered dead based off of the new division over Israel, and also, this Epstein thing, and more just this generalized establishment shift from Trump. I don't think that we can put the toothpaste back in the tube. I think a lot of people are walking away. What's your thoughts?
I think the damage that was done to the MAGA movement after the Iran strikes was significant but repairable. And that was more of an ideological crossroads and intersection. Burying the Epstein story and tell us nothing to see here. I don't even think we can analyze this crash yet, to be honest. I think it's still too fresh of a scene to really analyze the damage yet, and maybe we'll get a better idea. This is the type of thing that the damage is so bad it'll probably take days, if not even weeks, to really do a full spectrum analysis of just how bad the damage is from this crash. But yeah, if the Iran crash intersection was repairable, I think it looks like this crash intersection. I think we're looking at permanent damage.
Yeah, I think the body shop is probably telling us, hey, this is borderline a totaled vehicle. We may have some creative solutions on how to get this beast back on the road, but definitely looking pretty rough. Looking more demolition than just a light scrape. But yeah, I also wanted to throw in quickly, this whole Epstein debacle has surely been a bad look for the administration today, but how about at the end where they threw in, not only another Netanyahu meeting, but a commitment to more foreign aid to Ukraine. And then you actually discovered this, but it looks like the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers revealed in new documents that the U.S. is providing hundreds of millions to Israel in new military aid to build IDF air forces or air bases and facilities.
Yeah.
So, we've all been complaining about foreign aid, and we've all been complaining about not putting Americans in America first. And yet we've got 2 more announcements about foreign aid. I'd say it's been a pretty bad day.
Yeah, it's a gut blow, and on the heels of the big beautiful bill struggle session, where it's like we can't even get tax cuts without being held hostage, we can't even get military funding without being held hostage, we can't even get deportations without being held hostage. But Israel needs 100 million or whatever it is, no problem. We don't even need a vote. Ukraine needs more military aid, no problem. We don't even need a vote. It just tells you, Americans don't run our own country, man. There's no other way to put it. It's been an ugly revelation. I mean, I guess you could argue that Trump is doing a good thing by revealing it in such a direct way, but it's clear Americans don't run our country. We do not run our country. You could argue who does, but it ain't us.
Well, you've been increasing the velocity lately, man. You've been going hard, and I know that there's been a pretty positive response from the audience. So keep it up. Appreciate you taking the call. And yeah, let's put America first. We're fucking tired of this BS.
Man, I tried to I tried to put your X on the screen here, but so I wasn't going to say this, but I can't get it on the screen for whatever reason. My screen share isn't working again. I had almost a near disaster, folks. We had an almost studio calamity. Okay. I've been trying to repair the studio for a couple days now. We had a near catastrophic studio calamity. I basically had to rebuild a bunch of stuff. So far, everything has been good, except now I can't do a screen share. I'm back to getting the blank screen here. So that's a little annoying. That might be as easy as a plug in and plug out. But I was trying to put your X account on the screen. It couldn't do it. But from having to do, folks, I'm telling you, I had to do like a drastic last minute rebuild. We had some tech issues and then some structural issues. It was really strange. Like a ghost came in here and just like started like shoulder checking things. I don't even know how to explain it. But we got everything up and running. So the only thing I can't get going is the screen share all of a sudden. It was working at the open. So that's just a weird tech bug. All right, Dominic, good to hear from you. At D Michael Trippy on X. Give him a follow. All right, next caller. What's your name? Where you from?
Hey, Owen, let me just say this. Hope is not a strategy. This is Albert from Pennsylvania in the future, man. How you doing, man?
Yeah, that's true. Hope is not a strategy.
It's not. Owen, Owen, look, man. I just think you're way too bullish on this administration, Owen. And it's just, you have to kind of just see things in a holistic standpoint. It's just not. I don't know, brother. It's just not. It's not our movement. It's not our movement, Owen. It's just simply not our movement.
Your Albert is getting better. It's getting better. I'll give you that.
Well, Owen, look, this is the real Albert from Pennsylvania. I keep trying to tell you, Owen, like you just don't ever you never listen to me, and I keep telling you every time I call in, this is the real Albert from Pennsylvania.
You got like, it's like you're kind of, there's a little Southern drawl. There's a little New York. You're getting closer. You're almost there though. Keep working at it. I think I could see a future for you as a fake Albert.
Oh, and I got a question for you, Owen, though. Seriously though, like where do you see things actually headed in like the future? You know what?
Let me just say it like this. Let me say it like this. I just hope that the boomers don't blow up the planet